I have a hole in my drywall up here, and I'm gonna fix it with this. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I have removed my really big fluorescent garage light up there and replaced it with one of these much smaller LED lights. Much smaller footprint, much brighter. I love it. But what has happened here is when I took out the fasteners, one of them pulled down a bunch of the drywall and it even pulled that insulation through. So I want to poke that back through and then try to fix that up with this. This is a 3M drywall repair kit. Looks like we've got a little patch in there, this little piece of screen there, some spackle and trowel right there. So I'm going to try to patch that up, because if I can't do that, the stakes here are that I'm just going to have to sell this house and move, because that is unsightly. So let's get to it and see if we can fix it with this. So I've just pushed the insulation back. You can see this is pretty thick drywall, and it's about 4 or 5 inches wide and about 4 inches tall. And so I think this thing should work. It's just a small hole repair kit. I found it for like $9, and I thought, well, if everything that I need is in here, then it'll save me from piecemealing a bunch of stuff and having a lot of excess. And if I do have a little bit of extra spackle, I might try to fill that other hole there where the other fastener was. So let's get to it. So the first thing in your kit that you're going to need is this little piece of sandpaper. It is attached to the sponge here, so you just want to scuff up the edges, because I think that little screen is maybe adhesive around the side. So you just want to get rid of anything that is loose that might fall off, like that. And just kind of key up this area here, you know, get away any of this debris, just give it a little tack, and then we will try applying the patch. Now, as I was unwrapping this patch here, I was wondering, I didn't really see anything that seemed like it was sticky, but the little metal mesh here is sticky on this side, so that's kind of nice. So I think it will stick up on the drywall generally by itself. If I just lay that over there, try to give it some good coverage. Cool. All right, that's going to give me some foundation and something to build upon right there. So I like that. That's smart. Right here is the 8 fluid ounces of spackle that we get. It's about the size of a small coffee cup, so you don't get a ton, and I don't think you're going to want to be overly generous with spreading this on, just enough to hide the hole, because too much weight will just pull the patch off, especially because it's on the ceiling. And it is quite soft. All right, there you go. So I've got some spread around the grate, and I've got a little blob of that also on my shirt. All right, second coating. I do like that little screen. It does seem to absorb that spackle really nicely. Again, if this is a vertical patch, it's probably gonna be a little easier than one that's horizontal and on the ceiling, but like I said, all it does is have to hide the hole. And I think one of the keys is you want to go over the edge, kind of feather it into the old drywall. That's actually going to give it a little more structure and a little more hold as it dries as well. All right, I think that's good enough for government work, and it's hidden. You can still see the screen through there. So if this is going to be something that you're going to really obsess about and paint, then I would let that dry, maybe give it a nice little pass of additional spackle just to even it out. But I tell you what, this little 3M kit, I've got plenty of spackle left over, probably 70% of it. So enough to do another hole if I had another patch, or just some small holes, which I am going to do. So pretty good little value for $9. And the best news is now I don't have to move. If you want to pick it up, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can discover more and explore so much deeper. We can live better than ever, thanks to Peter Von Panda.